Hey everybody, Captain here, and I was kind of debating with myself what I should do as the first video on this channel, and it kind of came to me that since basically all of you are migrating from my previous channels, which were video game channels, maybe I should do something kind of related to video games, but I wanted to make it, something Lego, so I decided to make some Lego Mario Karts from Mario Kart 7. So here's the standard kart. I made two forms of it. This is a simpler version, but I made it in white because I felt like that would be refreshing. This one is the barrel train, I think was the name of it. Also, you'll notice that almost all of these have different types of tires. This one is the Bee Dasher with Metal Mario riding in it there. And this one is the Bolt Buggy. Now, basically all of them, except maybe this version of the standard kart, has something I don't particularly like about it, but I did the best I could, given my resources and whatnot. Anyway, for those of you who would like to build these, and I'm sure many of you would, I'll show you one by one. Alright, so first starting off with the standard kart. The easiest way to start out is with a piece like this. So what I did to build my version of the standard kart is I started out with a piece like this, just a 2x1 plate, and I placed it here in front of the steering wheel, and I took one of these pieces. I don't really know what you'd call it, but it looks like this. It kind of hangs over and has studs going on the side, and I took one of these grate pieces and put it on here in the middle. This is the only real part of the standard kart I guess I don't like. So, but, it's the best way I went about doing it. And I took two of these sloped roof kind of pieces and put them here. If you have one that's 2 in thickness, that's fine, or something with like a symbol on it. I think I have a yellow one with like a number 2 on it somewhere in my collection of Legos. On the side, I just put 2 3x1 bricks. Simple as that. And so in the back, what I did, I took one of these 2x1 smooth plates with the single stud in the center. I put this in the back. I took this small sloped piece. I put this right here on that stud. And I took 2 of these little claw things and one of these that they can attach to. I don't really know what I would call it, but I did this, and then I stuck this here in the back, and I set it down so it's right on top of the small slope that we placed in earlier. And I took one of these pieces, it's like the 2x1 with the 2 small bars on the side. I put a circular or a cylindrical piece like that, a 1x1 on each end of those, and then I stuck this on top of that previous piece there. And what you can actually do with this, if you take a little pipe like this and then a flame, you can place it in these, and it looks like there are flames coming out of here, and it's all up to you. I'm not too crazy about that effect, but it's something you can do. If you want a more simplistic way of building the standard kart, it's simple. You take some kind of sloped or roof piece like this. You can do it the same way we previously did, like with a piece like this, and put this in back. Same thing we did before with the cylindrical pieces and the 2x1 with the little tubes from it. And then again, 2 3x1s on the side. And if you want, you can put these little things here on the bottom. And huzzah, simple as that. You got the standard kart. Alright, so for the next one, the barrel train, you start with the same base as before with the standard kart. And in the center area, you're going to want to fill the 3x4 area with bricks. It really doesn't matter how you go about doing this. You can use 2 of these, would be pretty easy, or 1 of these and 1 of these. Anyway, so once you've got that filled, you take 2 4x1 bricks, and you put them on top at the edges so that they go over the back wheel. And your steering wheel is going to go right in front over here. For your bumper, take the bumper piece and put two of these sloped kind of pieces, the roof pieces, like this. They should actually be burgundy, but I couldn't find any burgundy ones in my collection, so brown had to do. And put that right there. Now next for the front, you've got to take one 2x1 tile piece and one of these pieces with two holes in it. I found this to be probably the easiest way to go about this. And on top of it, place two of these pieces. These kind of curved, slopey pieces. And put a grate or smooth tile of black over them. And now coming out of here, inside you place two of these little pipes, the pipes with the stud at the end, and then a 2x1 plate over that. And then take a brown barrel 2x2 cylinder piece and place one of these hook pieces. It's like the 2x1 that has like a tube that hooks out of it in the back, and place this on top of here. And then you place a smooth 2x2 circular tile on it. This is just the best one I had lying around that went for this. In the game, it has like a Mario logo on it, or actually I think it's whatever character you're using. His logo on it. But anyway. And then finally, for the chimney, the smokestack rather, take a claw piece and a 1x1 burgundy stud and attach it to this little tube here. And you place this in the front, right behind where the bumper is. There should be a spot. There are a couple other ways to go about doing this. So you can actually use two of these pieces like this, and you'll put a 2x1 plate over them, but then you'll need to put another one for extra distance from here, so it all works out with the little the curved tube piece. And then finally in the back, what you do is you do something kind of similar. You take a 2x1 brick. You place one of these kind of bumper pieces over it, the one that's a 2x2 rather than the 4x1. On the bottom you place a burgundy 4x1 plate, and on the top half you place a brown one. And at the edges of the burgundy one, just place gray studs. And then on top here, place two more of these curved sloping bricks. And in between them, some kind of 2x1 black plate. Whether you use a smooth plate or another grater or one that's studded, whatever. So there you go, there's the barrel train. Now for the B dasher, again, start with the same foundation. Steering wheel goes in the front, as usual. For the sides, take a 3x1 plate, one of these small slopes in white, and then a white stud, something or other like that. Make two of those, put them on each side with the slope facing towards the front. This front part is my least favorite because I feel like it would have turned out a lot better if it was rounder, but I didn't exactly have all the round pieces I needed. Anyway, take one of these bricks with the two holes in it, again, like for the barrel train, and take a 2x1 brick and actually stick it with the studs into the holes. And take two of these clear small sloped pieces and put them here. And then make something like this. These are just 2x2 plates of black, white, red, white. And then stick this here. And again, I think this would look better if it was rounder, or especially if there was some way to make it look nice while making it smaller. But at least the color's how it should be. And that goes in the front. So for the back, if you'll remember what we did with the standard cart, same thing goes in the front of the two back tiles. And for the one that's the most in the back, my bad actually, there's a 2x1 tile, and then that goes on top of that. My mistake. And then take one of these 2x1 plates with the hook again, and a 2x1 black tile, and then two of these little things here. It's the 1x1 with the thing that hooks out, and it has a stud on each side. Don't really know how to describe that, but anyway, take two of those and then stick one of these 1x1 cylinders on each one of those, and put this in the back, and then angle this downwards, and you've got the B-Dasher with the slick tires, which is one of the fastest setups you can use in the entire game. So for the fun of it, I also included Metal Mario, because he's one of the fastest characters. He gets a speed bonus. So I basically just took gray parts for a minifigure, gave him a gray hat, and this is just a silver armor from some castle set, because there was actually a design on the shirt. Finally, for the Bolt Buggy, which I decided to make with the monster tires, I went about things differently. So I started with two of these axle pieces, and I put the big tires on them. And note that these are the ones that you can stick studs on the bottom of, and they're a little thinner than the others. It's not this kind of axle. Although you could work with that, you just build things a little differently. Anyway, what I did is I actually took these rotating pieces here, and I made two of them and put them on the bottom of a 2x6 plate. So you kind of can get these wheels to turn, which I thought it was a cool effect. Took two of these 2x2 black plates and put one in the front, one in the back. In the middle, this detail is one that I think could have gone a little better, but it's alright. Two of these yellow kind of angled pieces, the plates rather, and this one chair. It's basically just a seat. And in the back, take one of these pieces. Again, I don't really know how to describe this, but it's essentially meant to go over wheels and whatnot. And then take one of these where you can bend this and angle how the studs go. And make one of these, which we've made for previous carts, you know, the standard cart and the B-Dasher, and just stick it on here, angled so that when you push this down, this angles up. And then you stick it on the backmost stud there, and angle it up as much as you can. And for the front, it's pretty complex, and I am not crazy with the way it turned out, because it's made of pipes basically, but you start with another one of these things like we had in the back, put that right there, put the steering wheel right in front, and put a bumper over here with two silver grates on it, or two gray grates. You could even use smooth tiles, I suppose, if you want. And then what I did is I put this yellow 2x1 plate with the single stud in the center right there. I made these little columns of two yellow studs and one of these small slopes. I put one on each side here, right next to the steering wheel. And then these pieces, you know, if you remember what I showed you before, that with a clear 1x1 stud on top of it, angling from the side to act as headlights, which actually I think might have been the original purpose of those pieces, and then a 4x1 smooth plate on top of there. And so there you have it, there's the Bolt Buggy. Another foundation you can use to make carts like these, if you want, if you have one of these kind of pieces. Pretty simple way to start going about things. But for this one, I think that would have been a little bit too large. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the carts, and if you did, then I encourage you to stick around, check out my other videos once I have more of them, and to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.